And the time is running, and the first pool is up in the Baltic Indoor Ultimate Frisbee League 2026, where we see the international matchup. Saku from Estonia taking on the locals from Riga, mostly from Riga, of Hyperflick. Hyperflick in white and Saku in blue. Kurmiste with the disc, and Kurmiste goes with a lovely scuba into the end zone for the first point of Saku and the first clean hold for them. Lovely flow. Safely in the hands of the receiver, and Untera collects the first score for the Estonians, for Saku. Hyperflick, after getting only 3 points in the previous game, probably would be looking to make good on their earlier mistakes and make the score a little bit closer in the second match. Grunava gets the pull, goes with a hammer over the top to Ratsina. Ratsina goes with a flat shot to Lazdane, and Lazdane gets the first point for Hyperflick. So 2 clean holds in this game, 1-1. We are, of course, happy to bring you almost all of the games. Unfortunately, we were not able to stream the first 2 games due to some problems with our production computer, but we finally figured out some of the technical snags, and we are happy to have most of the games bringing to you from the halls of the Ogre Stadium, Ogre Sports Center. Parhimuka with the pull. Received, and the first pass to Kurmiste completed. Kurmiste finds Lepik. Back to Kurmiste, still in their own end zone. But loads of pressure on the receiver of Hund. Oh, and hand block there from Parhimuka. Great hand block, and Utsalu was not able to release the disc safely in the way. Hyperflick looking at the opportunity of the first break. Parhimuka to Taurene. Taurene looking for options. Gets Galvina, who was available, and Alisa Skritska, one of the younger players for Hyperflick, and originally from National Academy of Defenses, playing mixed in the mixed championships earlier this season, not this year. Happy New Year, everyone! But in 2025, the indoor championships had a new team from the National Academy of Defense, and Skritska now finds herself playing for Hyperflick in this league. Hyperflick getting their break as well, so getting the early lead in this game, so 2-1 so far. But this pull wasn't very precise, and Saku will get a more advantageous position in the brick mark. First pass completed, swing to Kurmiste. Kurmiste goes high in the hands of Untera. Untera swing back to Kurmiste. Kurmiste doing a one-handler work so far. Hund gets to Untera. Untera on the doorstep, but gets the swing to Pertna. And a couple passes later, one of the younger players, Renerin Hund, gets the score for Saku. Another clean hold for them. 2-2 in this game, but Hyperflick with the upper hand with the early break in this game. We'll see, of course, if Saku will be able to get a break back and get this game a little bit closer. Andre with the pull, Grunava collects. Looking for a couple options. Leibniz comes with the cut. Unfortunately, it tries to ghost the Taurene, but Lepik was able to step in front and defend and give the opportunity for a break for Saku. Lepik collects, pointing at the end zone as it was completely empty. Nobody was cutting for the continuation. High disc for Lepik. Lepik still asking questions, where are all the cutters? But this time a bit of a sidestep from Untera gives the lead back to Saku, and 3-2 in this game. Clean break so far. Clean breaks and clean holds. And every turnover was punished with a break. Thanks to all of you watching. If you are supporting a particular team or particular player, feel free, of course, to write in the live chat. I am reading that, and of course I will give all the shout-outs to the players. And unfortunately, Skritsko was not able to come down with the disc. So that gives another break opportunity to Saku. Jansona was trying to get the point in the end zone, but Saku now going the other way. Untera gets to Lepik. Lepik fakes once, twice, goes to Kurmiste, and Kurmiste turns around, almost no look shot to Untera, and that works great. Felt like Kurmiste knew exactly where the cutter was. Yeah, turns around, almost not even thinking about that shot. She was ready to take that and send it into the end zone, as there was quite a lot of space there for Gerdatrin Untera to collect another break. 4-2 in this match. Andre with the pull, and a long shot goes right away for Leibniz. Good look by Galvina, but doesn't work out, sadly, for Leibniz. Just a little bit too deep, and Leibniz was not able to stay in the end zone, stay within the end zone, so difficult reception. Andre. First pass completed, swing. Andre with the disc, goes long. Galvina, though, was in a better position, so defended, and interception for Hyperflick. Taurene fakes once, twice. Needs a reset. Galvina available, taken. Galvina to Parhimuka, and Parhimuka with a blade to Leibniz. This time that works pretty well for Hyperflick, and Hyperflick holding on to that point. 3-4 so far in this game. Rācina with the pull. Andre picks up first cut by Untera. High disc there for Lepik. Lepik collects Andre now. Toes the line and resets the disc. Lepik comes with the undershot, with the undercut. Fakes once, but doesn't like what she sees. Goes to Andre, and Andre swing to Lepik. Excuse me, Partna, and Lepik goes into the end zone for Andre, and Andre collects another point for Saku. Another clean hold. 5-3. We are, of course, playing a slightly longer format, so 42-minute games. Games are to 17 points, so quite long. But mostly in preparation, of course, for the European Indoor Championships in the end of January 2026. That is going to be negotiated in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, where Latvia will represent their country in 2 divisions. I think Estonia only sending 1 division, which is mixed, and Lithuania, I think, sending 2 divisions as well, open and women's division. While in the halls of Ogre, another point for Saku and Grunava after earlier mistake. Putting her hand up apologetically. Unfortunately, the reset was a little too low for her. So not able to hold on, but Hyperflick doing pretty well so far. So collecting just as many points as they did in the previous game, but so far still 30 minutes on the clock, so plenty of time there. Ooh, great pressure from Untera, almost an interception, but Rācina holds on to the disc. Resets to Parhimuka. Back to Rācina. Rācina has Grunava, gets the reset. And Parhimuka has some space in front and goes in the end zone, but unfortunately unsuccessful. Galvina not able to hold on to the disc, and Saku have an opportunity to go the other way and to collect another break if they can. Kurmista, ooh, was looking at Utsalu, but Utsalu kind of looked away for a second, and that disc was a little too high from Untera. Kurmiste unfortunately just watched it sail past her and out of reach. Grunava with Hyperflick. Gets the first opportunity. Oh, I think that disc hit the head, but still Saku able to get the opportunity, and Rācina is calling a timeout for Hyperflick. We are going to get a quick timeout as well, but stay with us for the rest of this game. Still plenty of time to play in this match. And with the sound of the buzzer, the timeout is over. Hyperflick, after getting a very early lead of 2-1 and getting their first clean break of the game, conceding a few breaks to Saku. Getting a timeout to try to stop the bleeding and stem the bleeding and get back into this game. The pool goes. Looks like Rācina is signaling that it's a little too high, so they will get a slightly more advantageous position at the brick mark, where Lepik awaits with the mark. Disc is in, the first cut from Lazdane. Successful. Lazdane fakes once, twice. Finds Leibnice. Oh. Skritska was available there, but quite a lot of pressure from Hund. And a turnover ensues, so Saku, opportunity to go the other way. Andre with the disc, swing to Partner. Close to the sideline. Lepik collects, and after a pass, Andre sees the target, and Utalu collects another break for Saku. 8-3. Two receivers under that disc. Hunt as well was available, and Skritska tried to put some defensive pressure, but unfortunately wasn't able to see where the disc was coming from, and wasn't able to interfere with that pass, and Saku collecting another point. Andre with the pull. Galvinia. Oh, imprecise pass. I think it was meant for Taurene, but yeah, maybe released a little bit early and not able to collect. Partner to Kurmista. Kurmista looked for some options, but finally finds Lepik with the in cuts. Not quite in, but as one of the players was completely free in the end zone, Untera manages to hold on to the disc, and that's another break for Saku. 9-3, and the first half belongs to Saku. We'll take a couple minutes break, of course, as the players will decide. We'll discuss their strategies for the second half, and we will be back with you in just a few seconds. And the second half of Ultimate Saku against Hyper Flick in women's division of BALTIC Indoor Ultimate Frisbee League 2026 is upon us, and the first pool goes Andre, first pool. Nice hammer to Lazdane, under pressure, but holds on to the disc. Racina gets the disc back, goes with another hammer, this time to Galvina. Galvina looks in the end zone, looking for option, goes to Racina. Racina with the reset, and Racina once again with the hammer to Lazdane, and Lazdane holds on at the very back of the end zone and stays in for Hyperflick with a 4-9 score. Nice hammer. Yeah, Racina, I think, threw only hammers in this point. Lovely work for Hyperflick, collecting the first hold. And Hyperflick, I'm sure, will try to get a break as well. The same thing that they did in the first half. Saku, couple of passes and a long shot goes into the end zone, and lovely vision there from Andre Virge. Or should I say Virge Andre? Into the end zone for Gerdatrin Untera. And Saku getting clean hold in response to Hyperflick's clean hold in the second half. 4:10, still 20 minutes on the clock, so quite long games here in the halls of Ogre Sports Center. Parhimuka receives the pull, looking for options. Grunava available for reset, but Leibniz got a good cut in, and Leibniz, not an easy disc there to get for Galvina, but Galvina, I think, was in the right position, but slightly misread the curve of the hammer. And the first, Taurena, I think, just looked away for a split second and wasn't able to make the adjustment for the disc. And Renerin Hunt collecting a break for Ultimate Saku. 11-4. As you see in the background, Salaspil's Wild Things, the Open Division team, is warming up, so getting ready to take on the field. As we will move to some of the open games, and looks like a Callahan on the field for Gerdatrin Untera, and it is a Callahan, so a reset. The first pass goes a little bit awry, and Untera manages to step in front and collect a break for Saku. 12-4. I think an immediate timeout for Hyperflick. No, they are just they just keep going and trying to make the next point a little bit better than the previous one. Of course, nobody wants to give away any Callahans in any of the matches, so quite unlucky for Hyperflick, but quite a good awareness for Ultimate Saku. And Untera almost does it again, but this time just a block, so not able to hold on to the disc in her defensive effort. But still just on the doorstep for Saku. Saku looks like making some defensive adjustment, putting a lot more pressure on the players, and with a quick flick of the hand from Virgi Andre into the end zone for Inger Utsalu. 13th point for Ultimate Saku. Lepik ready to pull. Hyperflick still talking about the strategy. Looks like taking a little bit of time. Lepik now pulling. Parhimuka gonna receive. Quite static stack, but Galvina finally gets free and gets a reset still in her own end zone. Taurene with the in-cut. Goes to Lazdana. Ooh, loads of pressure there. Quite a lot of traffic, but Lazdana through pressure receives the disc. Leibniz and to Taurene. Taurene goes in the end zone, but ouch. Looks like everyone's okay. A bit of contact there from Hund, who manages to step in front and get a block. And Saku has possession now. Couple of passes and Lepik wide open in the end zone. The break for another break for Saku. Racina trying to put some energy into the Hyperflick players. But yes, quite a big score deficit there. 14-4 in this game. Kurmiste, previously playing for some of the Latvian teams, but moving to Estonia a few years ago. Now plays for Saku and sends the pull the other way to Latvians. Racina fakes off once, finally gets Leibniz, who makes herself free. Skritska, not an easy reception, and Skritska goes deep for Jansona, but unfortunately slightly imprecise, and Jansona was not able to adjust under that pass, so disc hits the floor and Saku will pick up going the other way, and Andre checks the disc in. First pass completed. Kurmiste, middle of the field, takes off Andre, swings to Utsalu. Back to Kurmiste. Kurmiste doesn't really have many options as quite a static cutters. Hund gets the disc. Kurmiste with an easy scuba into the end zone for Inger Utsalu. 15th point for Ultimate Saku. Patient work by Saku and Hyperflick. They have some good movement, but unfortunately, sometimes maybe rushing some of the passes a little bit. So not quite easy for them sometimes, and can't really find many options. Looks like Grunava was signaling the brick mark, but maybe some of the Saku players don't really think that it was that high. And unfortunately, the first pass incomplete, and Galvina is not able to hold on to it. I think slightly imprecise pass from Grunava. And Saku going the other way. Untera was the first reception to Lepik. Lepik looking for options and finds Maje Partna in the end zone, and that is another break for Saku, 16-4. And Saku just 1 point away from finishing this game. So if they get another break, that is going to be game for Ultimate Saku. And Ultimate Saku will have 2 wins to their names. First win against their compatriots from Estonia, from Tartu. And the second win over Hyperflick, but it is yet to be seen. Hyperflick losing their first game to actually also to Tartu, and Saku getting the turnover. And looking to finish this game. Kormiste was the disc. Kormiste smiling, probably wanted a particular set play, but did not get it. And got a swing there. Racina putting some pressure on Lepik. High disc for Kormiste, looking to finish that, and looks like it is actually finished, but quite a difficult grab for Untera, I think. She went one way but had to adjust quite late over there, and had to stop and go back for the disc, but manages to hold on to it. And that is a game for Ultimate Saku, 17-4. Unfortunately, Hyperflick losing to both Estonian teams. And Saku getting 2 wins so far in the league format. So congratulations to them, and commiserations, of course, to Latvians from Hyperflick. Next up, we are going to bring you a first game in the open division. So Salaspils, Wild Things, gonna take on the Latvian national team. Stay with us, and we are going to be back in about 10 minutes. Stay with us.